Welcome students, welcome to the class of Pharmaceutical Jurisprudence. In today's lecture we are going to discuss state councils. But before that we will discuss about Central Register of Pharmacists. So as per provisions of section 15A, Central Council has to maintain Central Register of Pharmacists. So what is there in the Central Register? Central Register, which contains names of all pharmacies entered in Register of States, means each states maintain a register and collection of these all names from states are together maintained in one central register, that is called as Central Register of Pharmacies, maintained by the Central Council. For that, every state council has to provide 5 copies of Register of State to the Central Council after 1st April of each year, and also inform addition or amendment without delay. Means every year there will be some addition or deletion of the names of the pharmacists which are registered in particular states. So it is duty of every state that they have to maintain the register of that state and inform such names of addition, deletion or amendments each year after 1st April without delay to the Central Council. After receiving such a state register, the Registrar of Central Council should keep register as per orders of Central Council and revise it from time to time and publish it in official gazette. Means when Registrar of Central Council receives all names each year from every state, the registrar has to up to date or revise it, the central register, and after revising it, it has to be published in official gazette. Once it is published, the central register is a public document as per Evidence Act. Public document means it is available for public. Any person can see that register, that whose names are mentioned in that Central Register of Pharmacists. Now we will discuss about the State Pharmacy Council. As like Pharmacy Council of India, there is also provision of councils at various state levels in Pharmacy Act. Just like State Pharmacy Council, there are also Joint State Pharmacy Council. Means 2 or more states come together to form one state council, that is Joint State Pharmacy Council. Joint State Pharmacy Council and State Pharmacy Council are having almost same functions. But first we will discuss State Pharmacy Council, and at the end we will discuss what are the little differences between the Joint State Pharmacy Council and State Pharmacy Council. So first, State Pharmacy Council is having 6 members elected among themselves by registered pharmacists of the states. So whatever registered pharmacists are there in that particular states, from themselves there will be election and 6 members will be elected, which will be the members of State Pharmacy Council. Second, 5 members will be nominated by state government, of whom at least 3 shall be with degree or diploma in pharmacy or pharmaceutical chemistry, or at least they are registered pharmacists. But these members are nominated by state government. There is no election. Then 1 member elected by Medical Council of State among themselves. We have seen in Constitution of Pharmacy Council of India, there is also member from Medical Council of India, that is a body of India, but here there is Medical Council of particular state available. From that bodies 1 member is elected and which will be part of that state pharmacy council. Besides these members, there are also some ex officio members in state pharmacy councils, like first, Chief Medical Officer of the state, then second, Officer in charge of drug organization of the state, and third, any government analyst. Among all the government analysts, any one government analyst will be the ex officio members. So this is the constitution of state pharmacy councils. Now we have discussed there are also joint state pharmacy councils. So what is the difference between the state and joint state pharmacy council? Besides first 2 clauses or first 2 constitutions, other things are same. So first 2, what is the difference in joint state pharmacy councils? Here 6 members are there in state pharmacy councils, but if in this first clause there are 2 states coming together to form joint state pharmacy council, means at that time there will be minimum 3 members from each states or maximum 5 members from each states will be there, and the number will change accordingly in this first clause. And in this second clause, there are 5 members nominated by state government for state pharmacy council, but if there is a joint state pharmacy council of 2 or more states, then there will be minimum 2 members from each states or maximum 4 members from each states, and accordingly this number will change for joint state pharmacy council. And beside these two clauses, other clauses are same for the joint state pharmacy councils. So these are the constitutions of state pharmacy councils or even joint state pharmacy council as per the Pharmacy Act. Now we will discuss President and Vice President of State Pharmacy Council. Just like Pharmacy Council of India, there is also provision of President and Vice President of State Councils, and similarly they are also elected and which will hold office for 5 years, and these President and Vice President are also having privilege of re-election. Next to that, terms of office and casual vacancies. They are also almost similar, just like Pharmacy Council of India. First, the nominated or elected member shall hold office for the term of 5 years. Then, a nominated or elected member may resign his membership at any time by writing to the President, and such a seat of member will remain vacant. Then, a nominated or elected member should have to vacate his seat if he is absent without excuse for 3 consecutive meetings in the opinion of Council. Just like Pharmacy Council of India, here is also provision of removing a particular member if he is absent without excuse for 3 consecutive meetings. A casual vacancy in above cases shall be filled by fresh nominations or elections, and the person nominated or elected to fill the vacancy shall hold office only for remainder of the term only. So if 5 years term is there and some person resigns after 4 years, then the nominated or elected member will hold office only for remaining term, that is 1 year. And lastly, the members of the state council shall be eligible for re-nomination and re-election. So after completion of 5 years of their tenure, they can also again re-nominated or re-elected, that is their privilege. Next, we are going to discuss staff remunerations and allowances. The state councils can make appointments of particular staffs like registrar of the office, secretary of the office, treasurer, other officers or servants, and explain their duties or design their duties. And next, with prior permission to the state government, the state council may fix salary, remuneration or allowances for president, vice president, officers, servants, or even registrar, secretary, treasurer, etc. And just like Pharmacy Council of India, there is also an executive committee. The constitution is also just same. Ex officio members will be there, from which president will be the chairman of the committee and vice president will also ex officio member. And second, such other members elected by council will be the members of this committee. Here only difference is, in case of Pharmacy Council of India, there are 5 members elected in this executive committee, but in case of state council, there is no such a restriction of numbers. So whatever number of members can be elected by state council as a part of the executive committee. The next thing we are going to discuss is a powers of inspector. This thing is little bit different in case of state councils. These inspectors appointed under the state councils are called as pharmacy inspectors. So these pharmacy inspectors are totally different from the PCI inspector, which are appointed under the Pharmacy Council of India for inspection of the institutions for education regulations or approving the courses. Those PCI inspectors are different. These are pharmacy inspectors, and these inspectors are also different from the inspector under Drug and Cosmetic Act, that is drug inspectors. So these are called pharmacy inspectors, and they are having altogether different roles. Very less implementation of these pharmacy inspectors is there, because very few states have appointed these pharmacy inspector, and they are actually implementing their powers. but still as a provision is there, we are going to discuss what are their powers. So these pharmacy inspectors can inspect any premises where the drugs are compounded or dispensed. Means where the compounding or dispensing occurs is in pharmacy, not in medical stores. So wherever there is pharmacy, the pharmacy inspector is having power to inspect that premise. Again, he may inquire whether the person involved in compounding or dispensing is a registered pharmacist or not. So the person who is actually working in that pharmacy and compounding or dispensing the drug or medicine is a registered pharmacist or not. That inquiry can be made by these inspectors. And also investigate any complaint made in writing in respect of contravention of the act. If there is any complaint in writing to him regarding any contravention of the act, which act? Pharmacy Act, then he can investigate into that complaint. He has right to investigate. And lastly, he can institute a prosecution under the order of Executive Committee of the State Council. Means he can initiate the or file a case in a court. Institute prosecution means to file a case in court under the order of Executive Committee of State Councils. So these are the powers of pharmacy inspectors under the State Council. So we have seen elaborately the constitution as well as functions and staff remunerations and allowances of state councils. In coming lectures, we will discuss registration of pharmacists. Thank you.